Welcome to the how-to on to submit a distribution authorization through your transaction file to the office for approval. Once approved, that will be emailed to your escrow officer so they have complete instructions on how to get your commission check disbursed. Okay, so this is a program that we have been working hard on to roll out to all of you. It's a preferred method at this point. We will still process commission checks the way we always have in case files aren't in compliance or the DA is not submitted as according to our program here. So here we go. Advantages: you get paid quicker and your files are in compliance. Those are good things. Step one, you are in scoffice.net and you are approaching closing. You get into your file, and the most important thing to do is to make sure that your closing date is accurate. This distribution authorization submittal process can only work when it's submitted within 2 to 5 business days of closing. So that closing date is what triggers if you can actually submit the DA for approval. Okay, so we are going to change this date here to within that area. We're going to double check our sales price, make sure that that's accurate, and we're going to submit updates. There we go. So once you have that in there, step 2 is to check your file for completion and compliance. So we need to make sure there's all addendums, any missing documents, RE10s, referral agreements, any counteroffers, anything. Okay, so this closing date that we just changed to, there better be, a document in the file that backs that up. Sales price that you have down here, same thing. We need the addendum or the counteroffer or whatever document that made that price what you're actually closing at. Okay, you see that you got your documents down here that are green, so just upload away. Make sure we have them all. They obviously will turn yellow when you are uploading documents. Okay, so here's our distribution authorization section. Again, maybe only submitted within 2 to 5 business days of closing. You're going to put your escrow officer name in here. You're going to put their phone number in here. Most importantly, you're going to put their email address in here. This is the address, the email address that the DA will automatically be emailed to once it's approved. Make sure it's correct. Okay. In our example, we are going to do $10,000 commission. We are going to do, obviously we have an agent here that wants to get paid. So that agent is going to be David Copperfield, who is the listing agent on this file. Okay, so we've got David Copperfield here, and he is expecting $6,000 in his name. He's got a $450 transaction fee payable to the brokerage, and there's another agent. So there, down here you can click Add Agent. We can do up to 5 agents. We can remove agents. So Darlene Copperfield helped out on the transaction. Oops. And she is expecting $1,550. No broker fee because David's paying that. That's very nice of him. You'll see up here that this calculated funds disbursed is adjusting based on the numbers that we're putting in those fields. So we've got a $2,000 spread right now. If I try to submit the DA, it's going to pop up an error message and say, nope, things aren't calculating, fix. Okay, so that's kind of good to watch that. You've got the little eyes here to tell you kind of what that means. A section here, if you are offering a commission credit to the buyer or the seller, that's where you would put this down. So the escrow officer is aware of that. If you are paying a plumber or a TC or home warranty or any third-party things where invoices are submitted to escrow, if you're paying that out of your commission, then indicate that here too, so escrow is aware of it and can ask you about it. In this particular instance, we have a referral that we are paying to the best referral broker ever. We are going to pay $2,000 to this company for referring this buyer to us, or seller to us, sorry. And if you have any other referrals, so we have 2 spots for that. Agent acknowledges the agent will communicate directly with escrow on how to arrange payment. Should changes happen after submission, please email accounting or call, because you won't be able to go in and edit this once you submit it. So make sure it's as accurate as humanly possible. The only way you can submit this DA is if all documents submitted and staff requests have been handled, so you have to check that box, and no documents below are red. You'll need to check that box. They could be green because they're completed. They could be yellow because you just uploaded them, realizing you were forgetting some things. Okay, we're going to submit this DA. What happens next? It comes to me, to the broker team, and we review your file for compliance. Okay, if there's anything missing or any corrections that need to be done, then we will ask for those, and we will hold on to that DA submittal until you submit the documents that we need. So here it says DA submitted, so that's confirmation right there that you actually got it in our hands. Once the broker review is done for file compliance, I move the DA over to accounting for them to review, and they will just simply check and make sure that the numbers jive, your transaction fee is accurate, and if there's any balance at the office account that you have with us, then we will probably adjust the numbers accordingly. So that gets handled as well. Once accounting does that, then it gets approved, which means it automatically is emailed over to the escrow officer, that email address that you provided. And this is what it looks like. So all that same information, there's total commission. David and Darlene are getting paid. We've got the referral broker being paid. Make sure that referral agreement is uploaded. Total broker fee to Silver Creek Realty Group. You need to communicate with the escrow officer on how you want those funds received by you. I know some companies will direct deposit into your account. Some companies, will print it at a different office if it's more convenient for you, or things to that effect. So that is your responsibility to communicate all of that with the escrow officer. So I really encourage you to use this system. I think it's going to streamline things. You're going to get paid quicker. If there's any issues with it as you're using it, please, please, please communicate to myself or George in the IT department, and we will do whatever fixes we need to make this just a really easy, smooth sailing, nice process for you. Thanks, everybody.